I asked the players this first two. I was just curious what you thought. How important was this game for you guys, especially after having a tough week last week to kind of reestablish what you started the year doing?
Yeah, I mean, every week is important, but it was just to get back on track. We felt we let one get away last week, and we wanted to make sure it didn't happen again today.
If there was any good thing out of what happened last week, was it that you still were kind of in control of your own fate as far as this conference? I mean, if you went out, you still
Yeah,
could achieve.
absolutely. I mean, we know the road, the championship runs through Geneva to Hobart, and we're going to go there Saturday.
I was curious too about just this was a different than a typical game here, in that you guys were behind early instead of ahead. But how do you think the team, especially coming off a loss last week, how do you feel like the way they handled that early adversity?
Oh, they did. I mean, they weren't. It didn't bother them a bit. We knew we had made some mistakes, and the kids just kept driving. They have a great attitude. They're determined. They have great will, and they stuck together, and that's what they showed again today.
And I was curious too with Zane. When you have a quarterback go down, it's tough. But how good was it that you have a guy that played all year last year in the same position here, just throwing some new person out there that's never really been in that kind of situation?
Yeah, I mean, it was great. Zane did a hell of a job. I mean, he did an excellent job last week too.
Yeah.
But he had a great week of practice. He's worked tremendously hard as a backup, and I think everybody in our program had the confidence that he would do well. Didn't know he'd throw 4 touchdown passes, but we knew he was up to the task.
I was too sure the fourth down run he had to, as a coaching staff, I'm sure that probably wasn't the call play, but what were you thinking as you saw him going? Were you pretty confident he was going to get all 10 yards? It seems like somebody else comes in at the last second on those kind of plays.
Yeah, I know it. He did a great job last week scrambling, getting some yardage, and obviously his decision making is improved immensely. Didn't try to force the ball in anywhere. Nothing was open. He pulled it down and got a huge first down.
And with Maurice too, I was curious, about his day, what you thought of, especially the big run he had there in the first half.
Maurice had a couple big runs. He's just so tough, and for a guy his size to break tackles like he does, he's a special runner.
It seems like he doesn't give up when he gets first hit. He spins around. Does that kind of show just in a way, is he kind of an example of what your whole team's kind of been doing all year?
Yeah, I mean, you can't. What he's got, you can't measure. He's a tough kid and physical, and you can't bring him down with the first guy.
I was curious too about the defense too, because obviously they had to be a little frustrated how last week ended, because they've been doing that all year, stopping teams. But how do you feel about the way they kind of as a unit bounced back from that too this week?
Yeah, I'm not really happy with that defensively. I think we could have played better, and I think we tackled well today.
Yeah.
Obviously we held a good football team to 15 points, which is all that matters. But there's some things we need to get better at, and tackling is where it's going to start.
Oh, yeah. Well, thanks.